Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to London Heathrow Terminal 2. This is SQ317, Vaccinated Travel Lane flight back to Singapore. Today we're flying on SQ317 in economy. So people are all here waiting to board. Well, that is the plane, Airbus A380 aircraft, which will bring us back safely to Singapore. Talk to you again soon. Boarding now. Star Gold status, you get a board ahead. Yep. What we get here to tick, please take one Care Kit and please take one. Awesome, let's go. Boarding early. My seat is seat 50, row 50D, and aisle seat today. This is the economy class on the Airbus A380 343. I really like the A380 economy because it is the widest economy seat in the Singapore Airlines fleet, as I will show you later in this video on just how wide the seat is for a person of my size and my height. Pretty good. It's an empty cabin at the moment. It's got to board early. Well, no passengers yet, so I can show you a bit more the row in front of me, the side of me, and the overhead cabins. Well, at the end of the day, this is a economy cabin, so of course it'll be dense seating, but it's pretty well designed with good leg room and seat incline. Passengers for boarding and all in mask. Boarding is by groups, so I got to board early as a Star Gold member. Boarding is by groups. So this is a large aircraft and boarding will take a while today. I believe the flight is probably almost full, or maybe 80 to 90% full. We'll find out soon. And as I settle down in my aisle seat, as await boarding, and more passengers are coming on board. Being a vaccinated travel lane flight, you gotta be vaccinated, which is good. All crew on SIA are also vaccinated. Let me show you the seat. A very sensitive touch screen, very easy to use. USB ports. I can put some stuff here. Those were this is for the cup holder, and the tray table, which is in half and half, and tray table itself has a mirror at the side as well. Yep. Well, pretty standard for Singapore Airlines. Pretty useful. Notice there is a this is a Care Kit. I was about to say there was no leg rest anymore in economy, but it's pretty decent. Enough space for me to stretch right in front of me, and also no funny boxes under the seat. That power outlet is very useful, which I use to charge my phone later on at the flight. And yeah, the seat is, well, for economy is pretty spacious. Can't complain. And also the seat rests behind, which can be pushed all the way up, right? If you're tall, and then folded to the left and folded to the right. That works pretty well too. And push it back down. Comes with a pillow, blanket, keep you warm. The aircraft does that, gets a bit cold during flight. And of course, if there's nobody beside you, you can pull up the armrest and whoa, there's my leg. Oops, I can only do that before the other passengers arrive. Sorry. Just wanted to show you that. Not being naughty at all, but you can see that. Right, that kind of shows you. Passengers are still boarding. It would take quite a while, as expected for an Airbus A380. Well, be patient, relax, and enjoy. A mask, a disinfectant, hand sanitizer, rather large piece of plastic Care Kit. COVID travel, this is not a hot towel for your face. It's the disinfectant, this wipe that came with the Care Kit. So I'm just going to wipe it down, and clean everything around. All the surfaces that I have to touch. That's why you're supposed to use the disinfectant piece of cloth in the Care Kit that you can take when you come aboard. Do remember to do it for cleanliness. Pretty useful. Yeah.
Our flight back to home base Singapore. Our flight time is 12 hours and 30 minutes. Well, before I proceed any further, as you're aware, we are running late right now. And as some of you has experienced this, is because we're going through a mandatory document check at the departure point in this airport. So please bear with us. This is a local requirement. We are trying our best to expedite and so that your connecting flights or whatever time you expect to run Singapore will not change further. And for the meantime, most of the paperwork is completed, the fuel is completed, and just waiting for departing very shortly. Departure today is towards the west and making a right turn flight for 35,000 feet. Full details of this flight is available on the visible mission under flight path right in front of you. That's on the airport. Weather-wise, it's generally good, although there will be occasional chunks and this is a long flight. And to ensure your seatbelt is always fastened when it moves. For now, the seatbelt sign may not be switched on. And we have 22 cabin crew under the leadership of your host is flight manager Danny Lin, and they will take care of you and ensure that you're comfortable in this flight. In the meantime, there are 4 of us in the flight deck. Is Captain Aldrin Hong, 2 senior first co-pilots, Darren Lin and Sherry Zhang. Together we wish you a blessed flight. Thank you once again.
Doors are closed and we are ready to go, people. Time-lapse video of the mandatory safety video on the Singapore Airlines. It features many beautiful sights and scenes from the sunny island of Singapore. Pretty neat. And of course, rather than showing you the whole video, I just did a time-lapse of it. Enjoy. Cabin crew doing pre-takeoff checks for safety. And we were in the air. Obviously, I don't have a window seat, so I couldn't show you the takeoff roll, but takeoff was smooth and quiet for this gentle giant of an Airbus A380. Awesome. Now, what has changed with COVID? First, no hot towels. Second, no drinks service. What do I mean? In the past, SQ economy, once you take off, they'll offer a drinks service with some nuts and drinks, and that's where I usually enjoy my Singapore sling. But this time around, I noticed there was no proactive drink service, though I did see the stewardesses being very busy going up and down the aisle. I think there were requests for some drinks from certain passengers, but most passengers didn't get anything at all. So if you do want something to drink shortly after takeoff, you will have to request it. And then after that, I noticed the stewardesses, the cabin crew, started the meal service, as I've observed that of course the kids got meals first, and also those passengers who had ordered special meals, yes, as you can see here, as well as I think I heard that they were serving also the PPS club passengers in advance of the rest of us, which I guess makes perfect business sense because the SQ PPS club is the club where you spend lots of money if you fly in premium cabins all the time, so they better take care of you even when you are in economy cabin. So right now the meal service has started, so no hot towels, no drink service, but let's look forward to the meal. And as you will see, excellent service on board, even with meals. As you have seen for yourself, delightful service on board world-class Singapore Airlines. So now let me show you what we got to eat for lunch. There's an ice cream. What else? Singapore Airlines spoons. You can't eat that. What else? Yes, that's the main course which I chose. There are only 2 courses to choose from, so I chose the Asian one, which is kind of a sambal white fish with some white rice and veggies, and ice cream. Okay, or what else? A bun, but I usually don't eat buns. I got some red wine, which tasted alright. Nothing great. And that's it. That's it for lunch. Yeah, serious, that's it. Alright, well, the fish and rice tasted decent, although not great. The really point I wanted to make was this is a 12.5 hour flight, and we are here to take lunch, and frankly, it's quite underwhelming when it comes to portion size. Yeah, it is. I got hungry during flight. Well, I did eat the ice cream, and the ice cream is pretty good. Come from some British brand, I'm not sure which one. It says Popcorns. So I ate my main meal, I didn't take the bread, had my ice cream, and that was it. That was lunch. Yeah. Yes, serious. Ice cream was pretty soft, which was good, easy to eat. Yep. Since I had nothing to do, I did a time lapse of me eating the ice cream and got a little bit of chocolate as well. Yeah, brought my own chocolate. Cabin crew came around offering more drinks, which was nice.
From the other side. I'll come back and electronic shop.
And I got some coffee. Yep, coffee.
Requesting for any passenger who happens to have a glucometer with them on flight. If you don't have any glucometers on the flight, please do contact any other cabin crew. Thank you.
On this flight, there was some type of medical emergency, as early on they had asked for whether anybody was medically trained, and as I came out of the toilet, I also saw that this air stewardess had opened up some boxes which looked like medical stuff, and behind you can see the guy carrying some type of drip. I hope the passenger is okay. The plane didn't have to divert to any place, so that's great. Hope the passenger is okay. After lunch, cabin lights completely dim so that passengers can rest. But bear in mind, this is a day flight. We departed London at about 11:30. It's really flying in the day, so oh well. It was really quite hard for me to sleep. In fact, I don't think I slept much this flight at all. So I spent most of my time watching movies. Thankfully, SIA has a decent selection of movies, and also the fact that I haven't been going to the movies much. So I caught up with about 3 or 4 movies I can't remember, so that helped pass the time indeed. Yep, so for most of the flight, the plane was like that. Dark. Very, very dark. Most passengers just either watch movies or try to get some sleep, even though it was hard. Soon it was time to commence the breakfast service, about 3 hours out. I noticed we were flying over Myanmar, Yangon. The cabin lights started to get brightened progressively, but before that, the cabin crew went around collecting rubbish, because over the course of a few hours, people might have eaten stuff and have cups and all that. So it was a good idea, collecting the rubbish first before the food comes along. Now let's see what we get for breakfast, shall we?
If you're waiting, would you like to try the cheese omelette with chicken sausage or the prawn noodle? Noodles. Can I get any coffee, tea, or juice? Tea. Any sugar? Yes.
Coffee for me?
Sure.
Yes, please. Water too, if you have any.
Sure.
Thank you. And this was breakfast. Yet another bun. The coffee tasted surprisingly nice. And there was also a side of a yogurt. Now we chose the noodles, so let's see what it looks like. Here it is. They call it prawn noodles, but frankly it's mostly noodles with 3 small shrimp or prawns. I didn't know what to expect, but I must say the noodles turned out to be surprisingly good. A little bit of sauce, but the noodles themselves was rather soft and easy to eat, chew and swallow, especially after a long flight. And this was breakfast, and you can see that I finished it all. I didn't eat my bread, but I did finish the yogurt. Okay, I'll say I wanted to show you the seat. Airbus A380, this economy class, as you can see. To my right and to my left, still plenty of space and the seat, so it's pretty comfortable. I mean, this is economy class, so what do you expect, yeah? So the width is pretty good, and in front of me the leg room isn't too shabby either, as I can stretch out my legs fully. Of course, I kept my backpack overhead, so I do not have it blocking my legs at all. I think that's a great idea. And again, I'll show you the tray tables and mirror there. It folds in a half and a half. Yep, pretty good product. I mean, economy class in Singapore Airlines, the Airbus A380 would be my favorite. Yep, yes. Oh, cup holder again. It's a USB port, a place to put your stuff, and the buttons to press for the light and to call the attendant. Oh, that's the port for the headphones. Is it? Oh, one more thing. Oh, that's how much the screen can pull out. Oh, there is my charger, charging my phone. I think it's a universal one, but I'm using a Singapore plug. That's what it looks like. I had to fiddle a bit to push it in because there's a different angle, and I didn't want to put my head down there to take a look. So just fiddle, and yeah, it goes in. So don't worry about it. It works perfectly fine. Haha.
Very good morning. This is Captain Wee once again. Well, it's been more than 12 hours since we left London, and we have started our initial descent for Singapore. Weather Singapore is good. The ground temperature right now, it's 26 degrees. It was raining earlier, raining has stopped, and 26 degrees on the ground, and there is an 8-hour time difference. Owing to a late departure out of Heathrow, we are now looking at arrival time at 30 minutes past 8 local time at Singapore. Well, I wish you a pleasant stay at Singapore, and thank you once again for choosing to fly with us. Cabin crew, please prepare for arrival.
Very smooth touchdown. Previous thrust deployed. We're in Singapore.
Welcome to Singapore, ladies and gentlemen, and to all Singaporeans and residents of Singapore, a warm welcome home. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is off. All passengers are reminded to practice safe distancing when leaving the aircraft. The seatbelt sign will remain on to fulfill arrival formalities. You may unfasten your seatbelt when the seatbelt sign is off. However, please remain seated until your disembarkation group is announced. Please take care when opening the overhead compartments, and remember to take all your belongings with you. It's been our pleasure serving you on this flight. Thank you for flying Singapore Airlines, a member of Star Alliance. In compliance with local health security measure and airport authority to keep transit passenger and non-transit passengers separated, we will be disembarking transit passenger first. All passengers terminating to Singapore, please remain seated. When leaving the aircraft, please have a boarding pass ready for verification by our ground staff. Thank you.
Here I'm at Changi Terminal 3. Welcome home. And that's it for my flight review. Thanks for following along. Thank you very much. Stay healthy. Take care. Bye bye.